Thank you. Thank you very much, Joachim. Can I have the slides, please? Okay, well, the workshop on Indigenous people's knowledge and the sciences was organized by the two academies, the Academies of Sciences and Social Sciences, and it was organized in March this year. So you will see from this very colorful picture the participants. It is a diverse group of 63 participants coming from 33 countries, including indigenous leaders and knowledge holders, scientists, and representatives of UN organizations like UNESCO, FAO, WHO, and others. So this is the workshop. This is the workshop. The purpose of the workshop is to establish a platform for indigenous peoples and scientists to have an open dialogue rooted in mutual respect and shared concerns for planetary health, especially as it relates to climate change and biodiversity loss. And second, to explore through the intersection of these two knowledge systems, new sustainable solutions for climate change, biodiversity loss, and health and food securities. And to encourage other organizations, especially academies of science, to establish similar platforms. And to our knowledge, this is probably the first time that academies of science address this important issue. So here I am going to give you a summary, a quick summary, and recommendations that emerged from the workshop. And this is drawn from a statement based on presentations, discussions, and conclusions prepared by the presidents and chancellor of the two academies. And the three of them are sitting just in front of me in case you don't know them. I have clustered these recommendations into three areas. So I just go straight to the first one. And this is recognition, collaboration, and policies. The workshop recognized the important role of integrating indigenous and scientific knowledge to craft impactful solutions by exploring new opportunities to address climate change, biodiversity, food systems, and health challenges. Second, collaboration should be based on the concept of braiding, signifying the interconnection of indigenous and scientific knowledge, each maintaining its distinct identity. That is important. And this approach is especially crucial for areas such as climate change, adaptation, biodiversity conservation, and sustainable food practices. Third, new science policy approaches are vital for fostering collaboration between indigenous peoples and scientific communities. And fourth, governments and organizations are urged to recognize and incorporate indigenous knowledge in addressing global challenges to enhance indigenous participation in international policies and to include indigenous knowledge in discussions and reports of influential bodies like IPCC, IPBES, WIPO, and G20. B, education and research initiatives. And I think this is a very important part of the recommendations. And here we highlight the importance of integrating indigenous knowledge and science in education systems, emphasizing the complementarity nature of both, leading to the training of a new generation of scholars and practitioners with clear understanding of both knowledge systems. Second, adopt inquiry-based education methods to provide an effective approach for teaching and transmission of indigenous knowledge by engaging students in questioning, exploration, problem solving, and critical thinking. Third, promote research and postgraduate education in indigenous knowledge to cultivate the next generation of researchers and leaders, and this will elevate the recognition of indigenous knowledge within universities and academic institutions and inspire young students and researchers in this field. And fourth, engage in detailed taxonomy research to identify, classify, and document indigenous knowledge and build databases and digital libraries to store and organize indigenous knowledge to be accessible and searchable. And I think this is an area where artificial intelligence can actually play an important role. And the third one, collaboration in biodiversity, food, climate, and health, what I mentioned earlier. And the recommendations here, first, preserve indigenous knowledge for biodiversity conservation. And key actions include securing land rights and digital protection for indigenous peoples, and valuing their role in mitigating deforestation and promoting ecosystem restoration. Second, promote sustainable agriculture to enhance food security while protecting land, forest, and water rights, and implement inclusive policies to create resilient food systems and equitable local growth. Third, integrate indigenous diets in school meals to support local agriculture and improve health. Indigenous health contribution can lead to discovering new pharmaceuticals for traditional remedies and plants. And this, I think, is very well-known recommendation. And fourth, combine indigenous and scientific insights to enhance climate adaptation, mitigation, and resilience. Indigenous knowledge does, in fact, offer practical solutions that can lead to sustainable nature-based solutions. So these are the three areas. But I want to conclude by a wonderful quote from Pope Francis in his excellent speech to the participants. And this is what he said: "Your workshop represents an opportunity to grow in reciprocal listening, listening to indigenous peoples in order to learn from their wisdom and from their lifestyles. And at the same time, listening to scientists in order to benefit from their research." This workshop was considered a success by the participants, and it sends a message to government leaders and to international organizations, encouraging them to acknowledge and respect the rich diversity within the great human family. Okay, with that, thank you. This is just a quick summary. Okay, thank you.